Craig's stuff is definitely not for kids. I curse a lot. Craig's stuff, Craig's stuff, Craig's got a lot of stuff, yeah! Craig's stuff, Craig's stuff, Craig's got a lot of stuff. Everybody, welcome to another episode of Craig's Stuff. My name is Craig, and today we are doing the top 5 toys of 2020. Top 5 toys of 2020. But before we get started, I just wanted to say it's been a heck of a year. Obviously, everything's been crazy, but we got some really cool stuff this year to make it a bit more tolerable. So we're gonna go through some of my personal favorites, but before we do that, I just want to give some honorable mentions to a couple that didn't make the top 5, but I think are definitely well deserving to be mentioned. First off, we have here the McFarlane toys, Azrael from White Knight and Infected Superman. Both are incredible figures, and McFarlane really killed it this year. Unfortunately, there are no McFarlane toys on my top 5 lists, but I wanted to mention them because they are just absolutely fantastic. So not only do I want to mention these two, because these are probably my 2 favorite DC figures, but also the McFarlane toys Spawn. Another incredible figure, and it probably will beat the crap out of the Kickstarter Spawn when that comes out, which I have pre-ordered, which might end up on eBay. We'll see. Another honorable mention is the 3-0 Alphonse Elric Fullmetal Alchemist 1/6 scale figure. This figure might have made the list, but I couldn't figure out how to open him up and do a couple of things. Plus his eyes I don't have the batteries, never got them. They probably should just be red. Light up features like that are kind of silly, especially because I'm not going to leave them on all the time. So when he's on my shelf, he's always going to have dark eyes, which kind of sucks. Other than that, it's an incredible figure. I also had that problem with those really sticky hands, but now that he's been out, I think the stickiness actually kind of went away. Great figure. And lastly, for honorable mentions, we have the Taka and Razar figures from NECA. Super incredible figures. Just got these like last week. They finally came in the mail, and just under the wire for 2020. And super awesome figures, but not my favorite of the TMNT line, but pretty damn close. Anyway, let's get started. At number 5 on our list, we have the Nendoroid Naruto 6 Paths, or Sage of the 6 Paths version. Nendoroids have not been great these past couple years. The prices went up, and you've been getting less stuff with them, which really sucks. This one, on the other hand, you still got plenty of stuff, and it you know, obviously it's still whatever the prices are these days, but it just looks super gorgeous. The paintwork on here is incredible. Like I said, you get tons of accessories. Really like this figure. And then at number 4 on our list, we have the Marvel Legends movie Venom. Obviously got tons of Venoms this year, but this is definitely my favorite. I just wish it was a comic book Venom. It's the only thing, but other than that, it is like the perfect Venom figure. Articulation's beautiful, sculpt is beautiful. It's all completely new. Hoping that they just take this body mold and just throw a spider logo on there, and boom, it would be the perfect Venom. Very much like this figure. And then at number 3 on our list, we have the Star Wars Black Series Rebel Hoth Trooper. Boy, was I surprised by this one. I actually bought this thing on clearance on Amazon. I think I paid like $12 or $13. Blown away. I had no idea. I hadn't watched any reviews, but I had seen it, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I really need a Hoth Trooper. But when it was on clearance, I was like, why not? And I got it, and I was just super blown away. I couldn't believe how much I love this figure. What's so crazy is that you get an extra head, or an extra face rather, and that extra face can be stored in his backpack here, so you have storage space for the extra face. You have options to take on and off the mask. The goggles come off. It's like you're getting a figure. It feels like an import almost, you know, and for just regular Black Series. It's just unbelievable how great this figure is. It makes me just wish, you know, you got that kind of stuff with, like, I don't know, other characters, like main characters. But yes, super surprising. Number 3, nice. And then at number 2 on our list, we have the NECA Super Shredder. So this barely beat out Toka and Razar onto my list, but wanted to keep things a little bit different, so didn't want to have those two on the list as well. But he is just super gorgeous. Articulation is great. I love how he feels. The cape is great. Everything, they're really killing it with the movie line. The animated series line I still like a lot, but it doesn't even come close to how great the movie line is. And then finally, at number 1 on our list is the amazing Yamaguchi Revel Tech Izuku Midoriya. Holy crap. This figure was so much fun to play around with and pose, and you just can do so much with this guy, and I love how how dynamic it is. It is insane. If you are a fan of My Hero Academia and an action figure collector and don't have this thing, you're doing it wrong. This is the best Deku currently available, and I cannot wait for the Bakugo to come out. I think this year. So that's my list. But as you all probably know, everybody who collects toys has a completely different opinion. Everybody likes different types of toys and whatnot. So I wanted to thank some of my friends in the action figure community to give me their top 5 lists. And so here's some of them right now.
Hey guys, Scooby here. So Craig wanted me to give you guys my top 5 figures for 2020. So number 5, we have the They Live 2-pack from NECA. Number 4, we have the Return of the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker from the Vintage Collection. Number 3, we have the Mandalorian in his Beskar armor. And number 2 is a figure I don't actually have yet. It's the NECA Super Shredder. And number 1 is going to be the Stormtrooper from the Mandalorian line from the Black Series.
Hi, this is Doc Johnny doing my top 5 figures for 2020. Interesting year. So my number 1 figure in no particular order is Devastator from McFarlane DC Multiverse Lane. Great figure, solid figure, great bang for your buck. Number 2 is the Quintesson figure from Transformers War of Cybertron Earthrise. It's the first time we get this figure from Hasbro. You know, that's not a bootleg. It's a great figure, one of my favorites. Number 3 is Sugar Man from Marvel Legends. I love the figure. You know, I'm not a big of the storyline, but I love figures with big heads, solid figures. I'm a big MODOK fan, so that's why I like Sugar Man. Number 4 is Prophet Director Destro from the G.I. Joe 6-inch line. All the figures have been great. I love this one. Comes from so many great extra accessories and stuff like that. Definitely a great figure. Number 5 is from Masters of the WW Universe, Jake the Snakes Roberts. I like the He-Man figures, and one of the great things about him, you can take off his face and you get, Evil Snake Man. So that's one of the great things. So those are my 2020 figures, and hope you have a good 2021. And as my little future for 2021, little sneak preview. Take care.
What's good, everybody? Nerdy Egg Roll from Instagram here. Craig asked me to list my top 5 figures of the year. I think I was able to narrow down my top 5, so here we go. Let's get started. Coming in at number 5 is McFarlane's Devastator Batman. This thing is awesome. It's a beast of a figure. The sculpt is amazing, and it cost me like $17, and it's the size of a Build-A-Figure, so it definitely had to make my top 5. And next, at number 4, we have the Punisher that came with the motorcycle. This Punisher is jacked. His face is all beat up. He looks super dope. It's a great figure to have torturing some mafia guys. Definitely a figure that looks really badass and a lot of fun. Number 3 is the Marvel Legends Retro Wave Spider-Man figure. This, in my opinion, is the best Spider-Man figure out right now. It's super posable, and I think it looks better than all those expensive imports. I also put the Pizza Spidey head on it because I like the wider eyes. But yeah, this figure is great. I take a lot of pictures of Spider-Man, so I definitely play with this figure a lot, and it's awesome. And the number 2 spot goes to the Mafex Batman Hush figure. This is by far the best Batman action figure ever made. And finally, the number 1 spot is the babies. Yeah, right here. NECA's Toka and Razar. NECA makes the best turtle figures. These are the figures I've always wanted. These two look like they just came right out of the movie, and Secret of the Ooze was a movie I watched nonstop as a kid. And there you have it, guys. This is my list for the top 5 favorite figures of 2020. For some fun toy photography pics, check out my Instagram at NerdyEggroll. And thank you, Craig, for letting me share my list. This was a lot of fun. Later.
Hey Craig, it's Dave from Calling All Creeps Podcast, Creepy NJ. Here's my top 5. Been crazy about these little boys, some Fortnite Jazz Wares 3 3/4. They look like Muppets. They're cheeseburgers. It's adorable. Gotta love the Iron Giant by DST with the little dent in his head, glowing eyes, tiny magnetic friend to sit on your shoulder. Hasbro killing it with the Lightning series. I love this alpha, even if he comes with a crappy Zordon, but very good. Been waiting for this figure for a long time. Finally, we have a Spawn with articulation, even if it is Mortal Kombat, and of course the best. I said it again, everybody should own this. This is the best Batman figure to have come out in a long time. Why not have the Mafex Hush Batman? And that's it. I love you.
Hey, what's up, Craig? 80s Baby here. Giving you my top 5 of 2020. Starting off with number 5, the McFarlane Toys Cyborg. Number 4, the NECA Super Shredder from the TMNT movie line. Number 3 is the Mafex Hush Batman. Number 2, the 1000 Toys Iron Giant. And my number 1 of 2020 was the Marvel Legends Punisher with Ride. But it wasn't for the Punisher, because I didn't care for him. I only wanted it for the motorcycle. As you can see, I got it 3 times. And that's my top 2020 of the year. Thank you, Craig. Hope you have a good year, man. 2021 should be bigger for you. And yeah, let's keep going, baby. Follow me at Toymigos on Instagram.
Hey guys, Eric from Adventures in Collecting. Craig tells me I've got 30 seconds to tell you about 5 of my favorite figures from 2020. So I'm picking Star Wars. So my 5 favorite Star Wars figures that came out in 2020 are the Vintage Collection K2SO, the Black Series Grogu the Child, the Vintage Collection Hondo Onaka, the Vintage Collection Luke Jedi Knight, and the Vintage Collection Moff Gideon. Back to you, Craig.
Thank you guys so much for sending me those videos and for making this year as best as it possibly could be. Here's to hoping 2021 is much better. Make sure you follow those guys on social media. They all got some great content. If you like this video, make sure you click that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. I post videos every Friday at noon. Please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your top 5 figures of the year. Check out my Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Craig Stuff. I will see you guys next time. Later.